Hello friends, how are you? Today was kind of a crazy day today, wasn't it? I told you it would be. I would really encourage you guys, as if you don't have enough time, but when you feel like you're getting swept up into a great big wave of emotion and it's all over on social media and it's all over in the media and you need a break, please go back and watch my videos on the Cancer Capricorn full moon eclipse part 1, part 2. It'll be enough to calm your brain down and feed you the rational information that you need. Okay? Yes, what happened at that rally was awful, and what he said. This is how Russian ops, how they exploit what's going on in our lives. And the thing is that Donald uses these rallies creatively. I've always thought that he used the rallies to promote the ops by Russia, the propaganda, because then it blows up social media. They talk about it incessantly on our airwaves, and it just travels the world and everything else gets drowned out. There's a definite pattern with this, and that's one thing I want to read on tonight if we get there, because there's so much I want to talk about. But did you know that between the squad and the horrible tweets that Donald sent, there were over 4.5 million social media mentions that were tallied? I forget where my source is, but I keep seeing SocMed because it's officially tallied. 4.5 million social media tallies for them. Meanwhile, our 20 candidates for the presidential nominee of the Democratic Party had 5 million. There's something very wrong. So, I know it's upsetting. There's every reason to be upset. It's insane. We cannot feed the fire, okay? If you watched those videos, you would see I had to go back and I had to watch them too. So I said in the first one, the Cancer Capricorn lunar eclipse, let's see, 25 minutes 05 of the first video, that his Mars was going to conjunct his Pluto. And remember, this eclipse was just the other day. Was it just on Tuesday? We're just talking since Tuesday. He would have increased aggression, cruelty, destruction, destructive impulses. He would have more outbursts. He'd be doing more risk-taking. It was going to blow up. Did it? Yes. I said at 2640, his public self will not be appealing. And he's been trying to walk it back today. This is going to be the tone for the rest of this month and through the end of the summer. I said at 2658, he will be more unpredictable and more explosive. His language is going to be awful. Then in part 2 at 349, I said he is going to create so much sudden upheaval, he's just going to be nasty. And at 406, I said the GOP is going to be like, what did we get into? And we've all been in retreat since that happened. Let's go back to the Cancer Capricorn full moon eclipse. The moon was here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The moon is going to finally move out of the second house by noon Friday. The afternoon Eastern Standard Time is going to feel much different than it has the last 2 days. And the thing is, as we came into this full moon eclipse, we, the USA, we were carrying a lot more momentum, which is really pissing off Donald, and he was making plans behind the scenes. And now we see that it's all been revealed to us. So the card he drew for this eclipse yesterday, day before today, was the High Priestess, which means he had an op going, and he did. And looking back on it, because I do these things, it was the op against the squad to exploit it. And they're not done. They're going to ratchet this up a notch by this weekend. So that's just by Monday too. This is going to stick around. So plan ahead on how you're going to react to this to keep your brain and the blood inside your brain so that you can still be rational. The United States drew the Four of Swords. We retreated. We just hung back. And that's what you saw with the Republican Party and the Democrat. Everyone just kind of so stunned by this, coming off of this big eclipse energy, trying to wake up, which is what the new moon eclipse did, was wake up USA. We're still getting our bearings, and that's okay. But it will have a different tone. This weekend should be interesting. Saturday, Sunday, Monday after 12, a totally different tone. It is going to be totally different. As we approach the quarter moon on, what day is this? I can't read my writing. Tuesday, Wednesday, just before 12 o'clock or in the morning, that is going to trigger eclipses again. It's going to be ugly and it's going to be a roller coaster. So be alert, be aware. This is all happening as planned. Okay, so this is why I keep bringing out my horoscope, because I just want to keep you all focused on where we really, really are. There is no end to what's going on, okay? Donald only can operate within this limited scope of doing things and getting things done. But we're all over the place getting scared. Nope, come back to here. Yes, what he did was awful. It was terrible. It aligns with what was kind of planned out for us this week, okay? There's something else I want to talk about too, because there's so much push and pull with this energy. This tug of war is going to go on through the summer, and it's really leading up to January. This is around for a while. You need to start being aware of your reactions to Donald versus the actual pull and conflict we're all experiencing minus Donald. Okay, let's separate those two things, because those are two very different things, and everyone's getting terrified and paralyzed. And that terrified, paralyzed is a lot of that has to do with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Okay? Really got to separate that out, because he's being able to leverage this, and they're different things. He is just, he's not worth it, you guys. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's always getting plans back and forth from, Mother Russia telling him what to do. In fact, that was something else I wanted to clarify with you guys, because, of course, I've been checking in to see what everyone's doing. And yes, Rebecca Mercer's working behind the scenes, and she's letting the Koch brothers take over a little bit more. But they're already working on stealing the election while we are crazed about what's going on in SDNY, what's going on with him at the rallies. We don't know what's going on, all this crazy. You know what? He admitted he was a racist. And he was an a-hole when he did it. End of story. We know that. We don't have to react anymore. We can support one another and stay on the same page. Choose that. So, Attorney Barr today, he was working on our election, stealing the election with the help of China and Kim Jong-un and Russia. And what to do about having the longer range picture of what to do with ending the Mueller investigation. Kim Jong-un, he is also working with Russia in spying. Yeah, Russia has been pulled in to spy on us, to spy on what's going on here. Putin spies on us. Donald uses him to kind of spy and investigate on what we have going on here. The Koch brothers are involved, and they are the ones, I think, that ordered this up with the squad and carrying it out, and they're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, because you know why? They're getting a lot of data from it. And they need that data to target who's upset and outraged so they can look at accounts, match accounts with email addresses, match email addresses with voter registration, match you to the ads that they're going to target you with. Do you understand? The good news, I do have some good news, that yes, our allies are working behind the scenes to help us. They are looking at data. They are looking at Putin, spying on us. They're also looking at Rebecca Mercer. They're also looking at the Koch brothers. Also, I think Barr shut down whatever was ferreted off from the Mueller investigation. That does not mean all of them are done. No. Everyone else has investigations going on that they initiated. I mean, SDNY, I checked in with them. They're working on something right now that has to do with Ivanka and Kim Jong-un and how with the election in Russia and how the election was stolen. So don't think all is done and all is over. It is not. It is not. We are progressing like we should. Let's take a deep breath and chill. Okay, I got to throw some cards. Okay. And so before I throw cards, because we're going to talk about these rallies. Ad nauseum, I'm throwing cards all the time because I want to keep a timeline of what's going on. You want to hear the names so far on the right who are associated with knowing that elections are stolen. And I'm not just talking about rigging or stolen like at a local level. I'm talking about using outside help, illegal help against our own sovereignty. Ready? All these people have some knowledge about stealing elections and hacking. Okay, obviously the kids. Roger Stone, Nancy Pelosi now knows. Schumer knows what they did. The New York Times, Maggie Haberman, Barr, Mitch McConnell, involvement with Kim Jong-un, the Koch brothers. He knows about Assange, how that works out. Shanahan, remember he had to leave after, because he took the place after Mattis. Tillerson knew. Kim Jong-un. The Koch brothers know. It's like a science with them. DNI Coates knows. Pence, Jared. This whole case with Bijan Kian and Mike Flynn, yeah, they know. Flynn knows. Assange knows. Elaine Chao, Corey Lewandowski, Nikki Haley, Robert Lighthizer. I think he's an attorney. Isn't he the new attorney that Flynn hired through Fox News? Mulvaney knows. Kalimnik knows. Papadopoulos, Katie McFarland, Richard Spencer, Rick Scott, Susan Collins, and Minority House Leader McCarthy. Those are the people I have so far that just know a little bit too much about elections being stolen. And my card for stolen elections is the 7 Swords. It's just crazy what a regular pattern this is showing up to be, which means I think they've been doing this for a long... No, that's 7 Wands. They've been doing this for a long time. And this is the thing. They don't want anyone to know because outright treason. We get one shot to get this correct. A lot of people know about it, and a lot of people are fighting tooth and nail. And The only way the Dems can pull this off is through courts. That's their battle. They're up against so much. But amazingly, we have a certain kind of leverage. We have allies working with us. I trust it's going to be okay. Okay, so, yes, we're going to throw some cards. I want to throw some cards. I want to know, what's the real purpose of the rallies that Donald holds? Because he holds them all the time. I've often thought that it's a way for Donald and Russia to, conspire in real time in front of us, because it's all in social media. While we sleep at night, the Kremlin, Moscow, everyone on the other side of the world, they are building up all the propaganda overnight. In fact, they used to, up until recently, during their awake hours, our sleep hours, they're still trending in English. You would not believe how many things are trending in English in Israel and Russia and the Saudi. I mean, it's just insane. But now they've tightened it up. Basically, all the cities kind of trend the same. It's unbelievable. But on the days that Donald used to have his rallies, if you watched the trends, you would see things brewing overnight, and then in the morning, wake up, perk up, and then Donald says some crazy thing, or I even remember Tom Cotton saying some random crazy thing last summer. And you know what? I mean, he's at like 7 a.m. And you know what? That is what they worked on all night with the propaganda. And the tell when Mitch is working with Russia with propaganda to piss off the Dems and deliver outrage, and then they get to look at social media and see where the trends are and see who's mad and then target them. See, this is what happens when you get outraged on social media. They're tracking you. The tell always with Mitch is he brings up Merrick Garland, brings up a Supreme Court seat. That is his favorite thing he does. And it gets us every single time. So, Tarot, tell us, what is the purpose of these rallies? What's the real purpose of the rallies? Okay. Cut my deck. 9 Pentacles. That has sometimes showed up as Mother Russia, but it's a wealth of data to be used. I mean, when you look at the rallies, are these the sophisticated type of person that you see there? No, but this is the primary purpose of the rallies, to keep Donald and the GOP comfortable and secure with all the information they're getting. Okay. What's the purpose of these rallies? Let's see. You guys can see. Well, it is to fire everybody up and get everyone fighting, confuse the media. But what about this? But what about that? And then all of us on social media, do you see that person? Do you see what they said? Do you see how they can't spell? And all the MAGAs laughing at us. It just creates disorganized chaos, which is exactly what Donald wants. Domination, comfort, data. The purpose of the GOP, of the rallies, is to help the GOP. The challenges: Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. The challenge is the message. I think they're having more problems with the message now. This is probably just coming off from this eclipse, because what happened at the latest rally did not go over well. It is sitting like a brick on the right. But in general, at the base of this, the root of this is to force people to make choices. Simple. I'm going to piss you off so much. I'm going to incite so much anger and hatred. I'm going to make you choose. I'm going to divide you, Dems. That's the purpose. Crowning this is an agreement. Gee, what could that agreement be? An agreement about how to manipulate emotions between Donald, Putin. They talk about this stuff all the time. I think I'm figuring out that every time we see an Ace of Wands for an op, that comes from Putin. Putin runs so much of our White House, it's unbelievable. In the past, the rallies. Oh, I'm going to have a rally. Yeah. What am I supposed to say now? Tell me again. Waiting to hear about the messaging for the rallies. And then what's to come? Bind up the Dems. Bind up the opposition. Make them weary. Make them tired. Make them spend all their money so we can drain it and then throw in a third party candidate. How are the rallies seen? It just makes him richer, wealthier, happier, more full of himself. Environment. Oh, there's a magician. Hi, that's Kim Jong-un. What in the world would you possibly be doing with a rally? Data at your service. Hopes. The hope is that they can blend a message, blend it, do this, do that, do this, do that, and have Donald come out on top with the ratings, with the approval, with everything he wants to do. That's their hope with the rally. Their fear was what the rally is. Well, Paul Manafort might mess up. Their fear is maybe after what just happened the other night is going overboard. Maybe being exposed. But what's ideal with these rallies is the gaslighting, helping Donald hang on. And what's to come from the rallies? An emotional offer. Come on, what do you got to lose? Vote for me. Obama did it, vote for me. Right? This is an entire operation going on with these rallies. You know what? Let's ask, who is helping Donald with these rallies? I mean, who are the people helping to stage? I mean, how are these rallies planned? What's behind these rallies? I mean, it's just all of a sudden, there's a rally. This last one was supposed to be coordinated for when Mueller was supposed to testify so Donald could take to the airwaves and be all gross. So tell me, who's primarily organizing the messaging and the event? How it happens, how it unfolds. Knight of Wands. So those are people, his Knight of Wands. It can be the media. It can be like Fox News. It could be like Roger Stone. It can be like the people who go out and advocate for him. Well, it used to be Rudy Giuliani. But those people who speak up and speak out who help him. Who are like, you know, women for Trump. Trying to get taking the data. Oh, taking the information. So the Knight of Wands carry it out there. They plan it, and then they just kind of drift away. Don't notice us. We didn't do anything. We just, basically lobbed a bomb into social media. Rallies are designed to provide a different perspective. I just feel like this is like little spy cameras that are looking around, twisting around. That's what I see. It's an opportunity to scan the environment. Whoops. Oh, the world's involved in this. No. Yeah, Koch brothers are in that too. You know what? My cards are frozen up. I can't get them. Open up. What's at the base of this? I know you guys are doing this. Oh, yep. It's truth. Everything I just told you is true. Are you shy now, rallies? Because someone's figuring it. Oh, there you go. Kim Jong-un has made an appearance. Yep, he likes those rallies because he needs data. Data, 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 data. Spying. So and there, broken hearts. His rallies are awful for so many reasons. If we could just cut off Facebook, cut off those rallies, cut off those darn tweets, we would be doing a lot better. So, I hope you liked this video, even if it was a little maybe jarring. But I want you guys to know what we're up against. Big picture. Please like my video. Please subscribe. And please share. You guys are amazing. Okay, have a great Aloha Friday. Do something awesome for you. Okay. Namaste.